Tech job market is highly competitive, and this is especially true for tech leadership roles. The industry in general is going a rapid evolution. The tech is evolving very, very fast. And then this is not the likes of 2021 job markets where you would just submit a resume and you would get a call from a recruiter. The layoffs haven't helped. There's like a rapid prioritization as to like companies choosing and being very picky. When you look into the market, like hundreds of applicants apply to the same role within the same day of posting. There's like thousands of applicants by the time a week has passed. And while most applicants may not be qualified, they're enough to drown you out in the noise. And that's where the problem is. And this problem further deepens because when you go look for senior leadership roles, as the pyramid will converge towards the top, so there's more people at the individual contributor level, and then followed by like fewer people at manager, even fewer director and VP level, and so on and so forth. At the C level, the same amount of people want to move up the ladder, but fewer roles are available. Thus, the competition goes harder and harder. Another thing that comes into play is the stakes also get higher. And because the companies are wanting to trust you with tens of millions, hundreds of millions dollars of budgets and decisions, the scrutiny behind hiring somebody or identifying the right fit goes higher and higher as you progress to see more senior level. So simply put, what made you a manager will not make you a VP. Now, because of this competition, the companies get to be picky, right? So they look for proven experience. And we'll define this proven experience in a little bit. But for now, you have to understand proven experience is, have you been doing the similar kind of initiatives in your career thus far that the company that is looking to hire is doing right now or planning to do right now? And have you been in an environment which was very similar to the company that you're going after, or the role that you're applying to? So that's what they look for. And often there's a fundamental marketing problem. So when job seekers go out in the market, they take, often unknowingly, this is in all fairness to the job seekers, they often do it unknowingly, that they take a self-centered approach to the job search. They want to grow, and that's the approach they apply into their marketing. But here, for the reality of the companies is different. They will not take chances on you so you can grow as a leader. Instead, they will hire you for your proven experience, and they are looking more selfishly than you are. So they want to see your proven experience so you can come in and grow their company. They don't care about what you have done, they care about what is relevant to them. And so that's how you stand out exactly. The one word that you must understand is that relevance is what drives being picked out in a category of few. People don't care about you, they care about themselves, and that's okay, right? As long as we get to leverage this fundamental human behavior, whatever your self-interest is, if I can align my interests with that, we both win. That's what we are gonna use to maximize our results in positioning and marketing and getting more interviews. And so, simply put, the things that stand out to us are relevant to us, and which further means that something that solves my specific problem. If I'm looking for something, if my attention goes somewhere, it's definitely got to be speaking to my problems, and that's why I would pay attention there. A good example of this is like, everyone brushes their teeth and everybody needs a toothpaste. Just like that, every business needs technology arm. Now, a fundamental difference here is there is one toothpaste as a general purpose, it's a commoditized, it's a everyday toothpaste, right? And there is a special purpose toothpaste. This is catered specially to people who have bleeding gums. Now, think of leadership hiring as a special purpose hiring. So they have a special need, and so they would look for anything that caters to their needs specifically. A great similarity here is if you look at this toothpaste, this would be priced higher just because it serves a special purpose. Now, fundamentally, like both of these are toothpaste, both of these are fluoride based toothpaste. They would more or less be solving the same purpose, but it's like how they are marketed, right? One of them is commoditized, the other one serves a special purpose. Even if this toothpaste helps with bleeding gums, people are not going to pick this one up. They want to pick this one up because it's marketed specifically to them. So the key lesson that we are wanting to learn here is we want to define a niche, a narrow area of expertise, and call it out clearly so that we can stand out to a very specific persona. We do not want to go for all IT roles. We do not want to go for all tech roles, right? There is a specific category of roles where we would be a really great fit, and that's what we want to go after. Let's put this with a more relevant example. So let's just say in the United States, I'm looking for a director level or data candidates, right? And this is just a basic search. I have put in some basic filters, so I'm looking for those candidates. And here's 190,000 people that show up for that criteria. The even puzzling part behind this is there was a study done by Top Resume, and what they found was that more than 70% of the people who are currently employed are pretty much in an open relationship with their job. They are considering a new job, right? And with that, even if we apply that 70% criteria, there's 130,000 director level candidates in the United States thinking or considering a job change at any given time. So how do you expect to stand out amongst these? Maybe your competition is not with the 130K, but out of those, like, 1,000, 2,000 candidates who are in a particular location and are going after that role, how do you stand out? Don't worry, there's a very simple hack that you can leverage here. Let's just say I'm the hiring manager, right? And I'm looking for a director level data folk. And I want somebody from, let's just say I work at Levi's, right? And I want somebody who has a retail industry experience. I want somebody who has built data platforms on GCP, right? A centralized data lake. And somebody who has experience building a customer data platform, and then lastly, somebody who has some experience with AI use cases like building pricing engine or real-time inventory forecasting, right? And so now I'm looking at a very specific candidate. And here's the beautiful part. If I run that kind of a search, I'm only down to 20 results in the entire country. That makes it super precise for me, right? Now I can go talk to these 20 people and see which one of them is the best fit. And conversely, this is how we want to market as. So let's just say next role that comes up, can we call out our expertise very precisely so that there's a narrow category of roles where we can instantly stand out? You must be thinking, how do I define my niche? There's two components to it. First one is, what are some of the key initiatives that you are driving or you have driven in your career? You want to call those out to the level of specificity. The more specific you are, the better it gets. So let's just say there were some sort of transformational initiatives where you were changing the very nature of things, how things were doing or technology was being run or implemented in the business. So let's just say, hey, we moved from on-prem to cloud, or you established a first of a kind capability. So let's just say there was no SRE practice, we established an SRE practice in the organization. Or you matured the existing systems or matured the existing capabilities. So for example, oh, we were gonna get acquired, or we want to do pre-IPO due diligence. So I had to mature the technology so that we can get to those, like we can meet those requirements, right? Or there could be other examples like, hey, we launched a new SaaS product, we built a customer data platform, we penetrated a new market. It could be something, a specific value you have driven for a business using technology, of course, right? And then the second component of it is the environment that you come from. So it could be like a particular industry that you have more expertise in than other industries. It could be that you have tons of expertise in consulting environment or like corporate IT environment, right? Or you come from a big company environment, so you more for larger, more complex teams and systems, versus a mid-size environment catered to rapid growth, rapid scaling, right? There is a particular team size that you are comfortable and familiar with. There are certain functions where you have more expertise in than others. So that's how you can be more specific about your initiatives as well as environment. So the devil is in the details, and this is a really good example for what are some of the generic mistakes that people do. And so we would see IT leaders, tech leaders, the resumes are filled with like some generic jargon like digital transformation, strong people leader, passionate about solving business problems using technology, right? Customer oriented approach, servant leadership. They would have like bunch of like technical keywords. And while all of this is good, it's not making you stand out. This can literally be said for any IT leader if you read through it. So it's not really giving you that edge. It's not really helping somebody who's reviewing thousands of applications to pinpoint as how specifically you are a fit for this role. Versus if I just simply make one specific sentence. So let's just say, hey, I built the infrastructure and the core platform to support like a firm's buy now, pay later platform that was handling 12,000 transactions per second. And while I was doing that, I also built a 200 people engineering organization from scratch to unlock like $120 million annual recurring revenue within 2 years. This is one sentence that captures all of the essence. It tells me the environment you're coming from, the products that you're working on, the functions that you have served, the industry that you have served, all of that. And if I were to just say this sentence to someone, they can quickly understand exactly the space and I'm coming from and the initiatives I've driven, and they can very quickly, within seconds, pinpoint whether or not I'm the right fit for the role. So that said, this is often one of the big problems for most tech leaders. If you are into applying but you're not getting interviews, and perhaps you don't have the time to figure it out, you lack the know-how to figure it out, like how to do that. Well, I'm just shamelessly plugging our services over here. What we do is we offer a complete done for you service for all of your job search efforts, where we will position you as an expert in a narrow market, just like how we showed you in this video. We create your resume, your LinkedIn profile, everything in line with that, of course, just like I showed you as an example. And from there, we find and apply for the right kind of role. So like if you have a particular expertise, we'll find the roles, match the roles which would require for someone like you, and go after those roles. And for roles that we go after, we also find the hiring managers and very precisely and concisely tell them like, hey, these are the problems you are looking to solve, and this is how I can solve them. We kind of like write a very compelling email outreach, which has been proven that has landed our clients like hundreds and hundreds of interviews. I think the number stands at like 400 interviews in the last few months alone. So we deploy these things so you get more interviews and you don't have to do anything. Like these are all of the things that we take care of. And once you start getting in interviews, we help you with the interview prep and offer negotiation. By the way, if you want to learn more about our services, you can visit wolfmentoring.com and then book a call with us, see if this is for you or not. Otherwise, hope this video was helpful. All the best.